Listen, I'm not going to stand here arguing. I know you're obviously going to upload it to YouTube and stuff.
It's not that, we just know what we can and can't do.
Yeah.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Audit in Yorkshire. I am joined today by the Gwent Auditor, and we are at HMP Liverpool, guys. So this is the first prison I will be doing without my poor little baby drone, but I'm hoping I'll be able to get some footage from TGA. He's going to get his drone up and stuff. You know, I would like to have my drone videos to my prisons. All like castle style front end of a building. As always, guys, I'm going to come to you with a backstory, history, present time, notable inmates, that kind of thing. So these doors here, I'm not sure. I think they're for prison vans, guys. I think, yeah, they are. So we've got the doors opening. We've got a pharmacy van going in, and we've got quite lucky because we've got a GeoAmer van coming out as well. Pharmacy guy is looking at TGA like a muppet. It's not often I turn up to a prison and I get one of these straight away. GeoAmer out. Formby Health Rooms Pharmacy in. Warning, do not enter when lights are flashing. Don't know why this motor's going so slow. It's not like we're going to go in. HMP Liverpool staff car park is for authorised personnel only. You are not authorised to park in the following places. A space that is not designated to you. An official visitor space. Hang on a minute. What's going on?
He was going to Manchester for something.
Alright. Well, we're not going near the gate. Well, we are, but we're not sort of like
in the gate,
attempting to go in.
There we are. We're just standing outside.
Muppet.
It's your favourite word, Muppet, isn't it?
It's an idiot, mate. That's my second favourite word. Yeah, so official visitor space when you are not authorised to do so. You can't park on emergency vehicles, chevrons and designated disability spaces without authorisation. Clamped.
Wheel clamped.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't park in there, you might get clamped. Side of the building. This parking space is allocated to Mr. Simon Weaver and is in daily use. Do you reckon that's for governor?
I'm not sure.
We will find out.
I believe
This parking space is allocated to Dennis Scannell, and Mr. Phil Williamson is also authorised and in daily use. I don't think prison officers get their own parking spaces. That's Brian Truber. There we go, so it goes. It kind of stops over there. Imagine living right next to prison. Yeah, there's loads of there's loads of signage here. So you've got off Hagen, and we've got some other signs as well.
You got any backstory for the prison to talk about, Kev?
I have. I will bring it up to you. I'll come back to you in a minute, guys. I just need to get all my information up. Are we on the radio, have I? I'm struggling to get the info up here, mate. The internet's not loading.
You might not get a chance of this, right?
Anyway, while we're waiting for this info to load, guys, we'll just have a quick look round outside of here. So everything, everywhere we are, is publicly accessible. There's no, well, there's a barrier into that car park, but then you can get through to it there. So, but yeah, there's literally no gates and no barriers stopping you coming in, guys. So everywhere's publicly accessible. Visitors centre. Can't get my camera in there because there's people in there, and I don't want to be filming people who I don't have to be. So we've got a no drone sign, guys. First one I've seen, and then so we're up Main Road, goes all the way down to the bottom. Somebody approaching TGA.
There's my badge there, mate.
1946, no worries, thank you.
Can
Oh,
I
you
just ask
please.
you what you're doing today?
Oh, you please.
Yeah,
Can I just ask you what you're doing today?
All right. Not a prison
Just
officer.
making a video, that's all. Police
Okay.
officer.
You're
All
quite
right.
entitled to film. This is a public area, okay? What I would ask you to do is, though, it is illegal to film inside the jail, and that includes
If
the
you are stood
reception.
inside the jail, not from a public place.
If you're filming outside into a jail,
It doesn't matter because you and your camera, the camera doesn't automatically get transported inside the prison. The camera is still outside of the prison.
Listen, I'm not going to stand here arguing. I know you're obviously going to upload it to YouTube and stuff.
It's not that. We just know what we can and can't do.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm explaining from my perspective
Yeah,
what
that's
I think
fine.
you can and can't do.
So what
Okay.
you think that you just said it there, so you're not letting
Okay.
you know.
So what we've done, we've phoned the local police. Okay.
Brilliant.
They're going to be coming, and obviously they'll want an explanation as to why you're here.
Lovely
okay?
jubbly. It's always nice to speak to the local
Can I
constabulary.
just ask you, and it's a request, if you're going to film, that's fine, but please do not antagonise people.
No,
Please
we never
not
do.
approach
We don't
people.
antagonise.
We never do.
Okay.
To be honest with you, mate, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you as well. Even though I can, I generally don't film inside. Even from outside, I don't film inside because I think morally, I think it's wrong. So it's like when I walked past the visitors centre and I got a shot of the doorway. I actually saw people in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blur that out on my footage, so then people won't be shown to the public.
Okay.
That's if it even gets uploaded. Because I am a nice guy. I do think about other people, and like I said, morally, I think it's wrong. People may disagree with me. He might disagree with me. Other people might, but that's my personal opinion. I will not go film inside a prison.
Can I just ask as a general question?
Yeah.
Are you conducting some research?
Yeah. Just a mini documentary.
Bit of a story, that's all.
Is it what, sorry?
Bit of a story, bit of the history on previous inmates, everything like that. Bit of
Okay.
the history on it.
You know the history,
Yeah.
what it used to be like, what it's like now, notable inmates. This is my 17th prison now in the UK, which I've been to, and I've done the same thing at every single prison.
And I visited every single prison in Wales.
He has
I
actually, he's
visited-
just done Berwyn
Yeah,
yesterday.
And
So-
I visited a few prisons across England as well. So
Right. That's fine. As I say, you know,
Yeah.
it's a public place. You know as well as I do. You're entitled to film as much as the BBC. That's fine. As I say, I'll just ask you not to approach staff.
That's fine, you've been
Yeah,
really
that's
respectul,
okay.
so we'll be respectful.
Yeah.
Like when, sorry mate, I'm sorry to cut you off. When I walked out that way, a couple of guys were coming in. I think I caught one guy and I put my camera down for another. Like I said, people coming into the prison to visit, I'll blurt faces out because they might not necessarily want people to know where they are, what we're doing, if they know somebody in prison. So it's just a respect thing.
Two lads outside the jail filming with balaclavas or face coverings. It's always going to be intimidating, isn't it?
Not really.
But this is the point. Not so long ago, these were mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that, but they're not mandatory now.
Still
Certainly-
COVID cocking about,
certainly
wasn't
COVID
it?
still exists.
Certainly in a public space.
Yeah.
But I accept what you're doing, boys. There's no problem. As I say, we've had to contact the local police.
That's fine.
They may or may not come.
That's fine.
but
You're a police officer yourself.
Yeah, I am. Exactly.
HMP Hull contacted the local constabulary and they never turned up. But check it out, an hour later, I got arrested for calling someone a muppet at the main custody suite in Hull. Don't you? That's weird, that, isn't it?
Cleft Road, yeah.
But yet they won't come to somebody on a prison.
Nice.
Crazy.
That makes sense.
But
Are you able to provide me with your names?
I prefer not to.
Or who you're representing, what your YouTube channel is or anything like that? Or?
it's just matters of public interest.
Okay.
Well,
That's
I'll
all
tell
we
you,
all-
I go by TGA. It's
always
on
say
my
to
app
people.
anyway, so-
TGA. Okay. All right. You're not willing to provide me with your names at this
No.
time?
No,
He's AY, so I'm TGA.
no.
That's all
I don't give my details out because do you know what it is? Like you guys, we can get targeted as well by members of the public. So you know, like when police say, "Oh, you don't be filming my registration number," we get targeted. We're subject to hostile reconnaissance and all that. It's same with us, mate. We get targeted as well. That's why we don't give our details.
There's people coming out trying to incite violence on ourselves.
Yeah.
We're giving out that information, where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Well,
I've had loads of death threats,
My advice to the staff that are in there now, obviously, is to not approach yourselves.
which they shouldn't do anyway.
Yeah, which is fine.
And if they do, they have to identify themselves.
Okay, but as I say, I would just ask you to be courteous
Yeah,
and
yeah.
respectful of the staff.
Of course.
They're only doing a job.
I'm going to be honest with you, mate. When I come to a prison, and I've said this to TJ and I've said it to other people, when I come to a prison, I go with a different mindset because I go to tell a story and do like have you ever seen like prisoners behind bars on TV and stuff like that? That's basically what I'm doing, but from the outside.
Okay.
So I don't come for provocation
Yeah, okay.
or to wind people up, despite what people think we do or don't do. But that's all we're here for today, so you're not going to have any trouble from us today.
Okay, brilliant.
Can
That's exactly what we want.
Yeah, can I show you that, mate?
As myself, I've had more trouble from prison officers in certain places. I went to a prison in Wales where a prison officer gripped me by the throat, pinned me up against the fence, and so he just went straight out and assaulted me.
As I say, every experience is going to be different. Some staff are going to come with the attitude that they don't understand what you're doing. Obviously you've got your face coverings, your mask, whatever. But as I say, I'll let you get on, gents. I say, just be mindful of the staff here, be respectful, courteous, and the police may or may not come and speak to you later.
May I ask you a question? What station are you allocated to?
I'm based in this prison,
Oh,
so I'm full time in this prison.
oh, so they have because that's interesting. That I've never come across that before. So I've been to 16 prisons and I've never come across a prison-based police officer. So how many people are here, like police-wise?
I'm not going to disclose that to yourself today.
I mean, it's not. I'm not asking anything personal about you.
It's okay.
It's just
fine,
interesting.
You've got me details.
Yeah.
If you want to do.
Yeah, no, it's just interesting. Like, it's a one, it's a two of you. Do you have an office?
Well, if you want to put in something like a public access request, you can do that. You're perfectly entitled to do that. But I'm not going to go on camera and speak about that kind of thing. So I'll leave you here. Thanks for your time, boys.
That's up to you,
Okay,
mate.
James,
No
you're very
problem.
professional. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. No, it's interesting. I've never come across a prison-based police officer before.
Based inside a prison, that's rare.
Yeah, that is rare. No wonder staff ain't going to come out.
Was it Constable Reed, I think it was?
Uh,
Reed, he's just gone now.
I didn't get his name, did I? I got here a bit late.
I saw in his warrant card it said Constable Reed.
Right, guys. So HMP Prison Liverpool is a Category B, a local men's prison in Walton, Liverpool, in England. It is operated by His Majesty's Prison Service. Now, the capacity is 1,370 inmates. The population is 810 as of August 2021.
Can we get an angle with the prison in the background?
You what?
Can we get an angle here with the prison in the background?
Oh, sorry. So yeah, it opened in 1855, 167 years ago. The governor is Mark Livingston, and that's pretty much it. We've got some notable inmates. We've got a bit of history. We're going to go through the history, guys. We all know how you like a bit of a history lesson. It's originally known as Walton Gaol.
Walton Jail, isn't it?
Yeah. Constructed between 1846 and 1855 to the designs of John Waitman, but a surveyor. Not to be confused with his near contemporary John Gray Waitman, to be replaced to replace an 18th century establishment in the centre of Liverpool, which had become too small for current needs. It originally housed male and female inmates of this prison. 4th of February 1939, the IRA attempted but failed to break a wall of the prison during the S-Plan bombing campaign in Britain that year. So the IRA guys, the Northern Ireland terrorists,
the Irish Republican Army.
That's the one, tried to break into this prison. During the Liverpool Blitz of World War II on 18th of September 1940, German high explosive bombs falling on a wing of the prison partially demolished it, killing 22 inmates. The body of one was not found until 11 years later, when the rubble was finally cleared. So it took them 11 years to clear the rubble. And how many years did it take them to clear World Trade Centre rubble?
They won't get nowhere near as long.
Nowhere near as long.
They started building
Crazy. The prison was the site of 62 judicial executions from 1887 to 1964. The last execution at the prison was that of Peter Anthony Allen. He and his accomplice Gwen Evans were convicted for the murder of John Allen West in April 1964. They were simultaneously hung on the 13th of August in 1964. Allen was hanged at Walton Jail and Evans was hanged at Strangeways in Manchester. I've covered that guy, so I will have covered this particular story about this guy. Their executions was the last to be carried out in the United Kingdom before the abolishing of capital punishment the following year. In May 2003, an inspection report from His Majesty's Chief Inspectors of Prisons severely criticised Liverpool Prison for its overcrowding, poor industrial relations, which has led to an unacceptable regime. The inspector found parts of the jail were generally unclean, had cockroaches, broken windows, and inmates were able to shower and change their clothes just once a week at the prison. A further inspection report in February 2010 stated that drugs, bullying and violence were still prevalent at Liverpool Prison, despite the jail improving in other areas. Days later it emerged that the prison service had refunded nearly £10,000 to inmates at HMP Liverpool who were being overcharged for watching television in their cells. The prison was charging £1 per prisoner per week. £1 a week to watch telly, that's not too bad. I wish it were £1 a week for me at home. So £1 a week to watch prison in my cell, basically. Meaning that inmates who were sharing a cell were paying more than they needed to. January 2015, 3 prison officers were hospitalised after an attack by prisoners. That is the history lesson, guys. That is the history lesson.
Well, they're prison officers, I think.
So I'm going to come back to you in a couple of minutes, guys, with what is going on today. Right, guys, that's us back on the ground. So the prison today, Liverpool is a local prison and a local prison for remand and sentenced adult males in the Merseyside area. The prison has 8 wings, all of which have been refurbished to include integral sanitation. As of May 2009, its population was 1,184, one of the largest in the UK, but similar than a peak population of 1,443 in 2008. That's a lot of inmates. Liverpool Prison offers education and training courses provided by Novus, as well as workshop programmes organised by the prison's psychology department. The establishment houses a hugely successful in-cell radio programme, Walton Radio. Walton Radio?
Listen inmates to HMP Liverpool, you're listening to Walton Radio.
Yeah, something like that.
HMP Liverpool.
Qualifications, music, technology, qualifications along with emphasis on rehabilitation through employability, upskilling. A listener scheme supported by the Samaritans operates for prisoners who are at risk from suicide or self-harm. There is a resettlement unit at HMP Liverpool which compromises a citizen adult unit connections shelter and a job centre plus.
Inside the prison?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. They got a police station inside the prison, plus they've got a job centre. All going on here.
All going on here. All healthcare services at Liverpool Prison are commissioned through Liverpool Primary Care Trust. A new all-purpose 28-bed inpatient and primary care service was opened in the summer of 2007. In October 2017, Lancashire Care NHS Foundation Trust announced that they were to end their contract to provide healthcare services by April 2018, with a new provider to be arranged in the near future. So we are walking down the side of the prison. There's still no sign of any local bobbies. In October 2017, the prison's governor, Peter Francis, was dismissed from his role for operational reasons after a snap inspection by His Majesty's Inspectorate of Prisons. He had previously been labelled a questionable leader.
At the time it would have been Her Majesty.
At the time it had been Her Majesty, yeah. So it was basically his leadership were questioned and lacking in credibility in reports by HMP Prisons. The prison was reported in 2017 to be rat and cockroach infested, and basic maintenance such as repairing toilets and leaking sinks had in too many cases not been carried out. There are claims that prisoners have died or been seriously injured through poor care. Peter Clark wrote in a report, "I found a prisoner who had complex mental health needs being held in a cell that had no furniture other than a bed. The windows of both the cell and the toilet recess were broken. The lighting fitting in his toilet was broken, with wires exposed. The lavatory was filthy and appeared to be blocked. His sink was leaking and the cell was dark and damp. Extraordinary, this man had apparently been held in this condition for some weeks." Clark also wrote, "We saw clear evidence that local prison managers had sought help from regional and national management to improve conditions they knew to be unacceptable long before our arrival, but had been met with little response." Local MP Dan Carden called the situation in the prison a state failure of the highest magnitude. That's crazy. So we've got another gate down here, guys. We have got another gate.
I would say go in there, but it's technically inside the prison. So
You what?
I would say we can walk in there, but it's technically classed inside the prison, isn't it?
Not really, no, because there's the walls, isn't it? It's not an open prison.
No, good point.
And we've just been on the outside the prison building,
Yeah.
which is technically
But then that's publicly accessible.
publicly accessible, guys. The gate's open.
Yeah, I don't know how it works with prisons though, because
No,
you're inside in the enclosed area, aren't you? Technically, if it's an enclosed area of a
Yeah,
prison, that comes
but-
down inside the prison.
but they're not thingy. They're not electronically operated. Anyway, we don't need to go in. We can see what's here. It's just basically an overflow car park. That's all it is.
See if the local bobbins are turned up, innit?
Yeah.
I think they are. 'cause they got
Just
the
wait
bobbins
until
there.
these go. So I don't really want to be recording kids and that. I don't want to be recording kids and that and having to blur everyone out all the time.
When you're in the street, they don't know what
24th of January 2018, the Justice Select Committee of the House of Commons held a one-off hearing on the condition in Liverpool Prison with the Governor and senior representatives from HM Prison and Probation Service and NHS England. Following the hearing, the committee produced a report which cited concerns about lack of follow-up after previous poor inspections, That report was followed by a debate in the House of Commons chamber, led by the chair of the committee, Sir Robert Neal, and the Justice Minister, Rory Stewart. The committee's work resulted in HM Inspectorate of Prisons being given additional funding to follow up on its own inspection. In 2018, it was reported that prisoners with psychiatric needs are at risk according to a psychiatrist. They have to wait too long to be seen and do not get proper care due to lack of staff. 2 workers at the prison expressed concerns when a new policy required them to work alone. They feared prisoners. What, down here?
Yeah.
No idea. We've just gone from prison to this bit.
Oh.
We're back up again.
Yeah, we've been making a documentary on the prison. That's what it is. Doing a bit of history.
Yeah, we're not BBC. Who are you? Do you want to give anyone a shout out? No? All right then. Anyway, 2 workers at the prison expressed concerns when a new policy required them to work alone. They feared prisoners could steal their toolbox and use tools as weapons. They were dismissed for raising this concern. An employment tribunal ruled this dismissal was unfair. And in January 2020, a report following an inspection concluded that conditions at the prison had improved dramatically since 2017. So it's been up and down over years, guys. It's been in a bad place, in a good place, in a bad place, and according to recent years, there's another drone sign there. It's back in a good place, but we haven't had the latest inspectorate report, have we?
No,
so we don't know what's going on inside these walls now, but we can only hope
Well,
good things are going on.
they've got a decent copper inside there.
Yeah.
So,
We could only hope good things are going on, because you know, prisoners are still humans at the end of the day. We still have rights.
as soon as they don't just strip someone of their rights when they go behind bars.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, we're going to pick it up when I get back to outside front, and we'll go into notable inmates. Right, guys, we're back after a little traffic jam and someone breaking down and people mounting pavement. It got a bit crazy then, didn't it?
Did a bit.
I went to record it and my GoPro died, but TJ's got it. So we're going to go into notable inmates now, and then we're going to wrap it up. This place has been really good. So we've got Akinwale Arabic. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. If anyone knows who that guy is. First guy there.
Akinwale Arabic?
Yeah, sometimes, guys, I do go into the names and like tell you what crimes they've committed and stuff, but we
want to get stuff done today.
we've got to move on. We're short for time, and my internet's playing up, and it's taking so long to load up. We've got Brendan Behan, we've got Fenner Brockway and Baron Brockway. Charles Bronson, former inmate.
Oh, Bronson.
Yeah, we know he's not here anymore. He's a former inmate. Lady Constance, Bulver Lighton, Selena Martin, Martin Murray, Henry Tibbs, Robert Tressel, Mark Ward, and Lee Tillier Withall. Coming down. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, so they're all notable inmates, guys. Like I said, we're going to wrap it up because we haven't got a lot of time. Interaction-wise, bit of a recap. The police officer at the start, really, really good, very professional. The police never showed up, right? So we've got to give it to police for not showing up. You all right, girls? See you giving me a bit of a smile there.
Giving me a smile.
It's been all right, this prison. Everyone's been nice, haven't they? The prison officers, no one has come out to give us any shit or out like that. So you know, probably because the police constable spoke to us.
We've got one based in there. You got a constable.
Yep. So it's the first prison I've come across what has a in-prison police station.
That's strange.
But apart from that, guys, It has been absolutely brilliant. Everyone knows how much I like my prisons. So I'm going to wrap it up. It's my co-host TJ, the Gwent Auditor. Big shout out. Go whack him a follow. Give him a subscribe. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, please, for future and upcoming content. We have got some amazing stuff coming your way. And as always, guys, we will see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.
Right, guys, if you're wondering why the video hasn't ended, it's because we went back inside to speak to him about how nice the Constable was and to thank him for not coming out. And I were basically going to give this place a good review on Google, but do you know what? The guy, Pete, what was it, 605?
Lima Papa 605.
What's the Lima Papa stand for?
Liverpool.
All right, so LP 605. He's got a bald head and a bit of a scruffy dress wear. You know, his shirt untucked and all that stuff. Guy needs a shave. Guy's a muppet. So basically, we wasn't filming at this point, as it is illegal. But do you know what? I basically told him to get stuffed because
he did.
He got funny because we won't take his masks off. TGA did, but I didn't.
Like that, I said, "That prove your point, mate?"
Because I didn't need to. The end of it,
to prove a point.
Exactly. You did it to prove a point. Exactly. So this place can get stuffed now. So I thought I'd let you guys know there are tyrants inside, or at least one of them appears to be anyway.
I think he's the guy who gripped someone in here. That thing.
You think he's the guy who gripped someone? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Anyway, we are definitely wrapping it up, guys. So we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Peace out.